Alright everyone, welcome to episode 6 of that singles only adventure series that we have been doing. And this is the deck that we were running as of last week, which we had 2 Cyber Eltanin, 3 Cyber Dragons, 2 Cyber Dragon Dry, 3 Reflect Bounder, 1 Cyber Phoenix, 1 the Light Hex Sealed Fusion, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 2 Cyber Dragon Nashter, 2 Cyber Dragon Herz, and 1 Cyber Jar for the monsters. For the spells we had 1 Fusion Deployment, 1 Cyber Rev System, 1 Power Bond, 2 Evolution Burst, 2 Machine Duplication, 1 Cyber Repair Plant, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 3 Limiter Removal, 1 Cyber Load Fusion, 3 Clockwork Knights, 2 Wabaku, and 2 Dimensional Prisons to round out with traps. Spoiler for this episode, by the way, aside from the Cyber Jar getting swapped back out for the Herz, nothing about this deck is changing. Alright, now let us get to the extra deck. Alright, so with the extra deck, last week we had Cyber End Dragon, 3 Cyber Twin Dragons, 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons, 1 Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder, 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity, 3 Cyber Dragon Nova, and 1 Cyber Dragon Seeger. Now for the changes that are going to be happening for this week, you can blame that entirely on Raw Yellow Mega Ultra Chicken and his comment, which I will be slapping right here on the screen. Alright, so for the changes, just gonna go over what we're pulling from the main deck first. So from the main deck we're pulling the Cyber Jar and the Cyber Repair Plant in order to add back in the Cyber Dragon Herz and upgrade the common Cyber Repair Plant to the ultra rare version of it. And honestly, the foil looks pretty good. And then from the extra deck, we are pulling 1 Cyber Twin Dragon and 2 Cyber Dragon Novas. I originally was going to pull 2 Cyber Twins and then only 1 Nova, but I'm actually thinking this will be the better option even moving into the future, so that's why we're doing this in order to add in 5 into the extra deck. And those 5 happen to be 1 Salaman Great Almirage, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Boral Sword Dragon, and a second copy of Cyber Dragon Seeger. As with every week, I'll be posting the prices and our remaining budget around here. And a final reminder, the slight spoiler of last week, I will be spending a good chunk, if not nearly all of our remaining budget next week on some main deck cards. But the reason why I went with Salaman Great is because honestly it has a great effect, you know, preventing destruction. Nightmare Phoenix, just good for an occasional back row if I need it. IP can just link off whenever I need her to, at least during the main phase, as we saw against, I believe, one of the AIs or a fellow duelist in a previous week where they try to not do it during their main phase. So, and they got white. Boral Sword is just always great, and Seeger having that effect to be able to power up anything that's over 2100 that had not already attacked that turn. Also fantastic. So let us throw this into the decks and get to dueling.
3 days later.
Alright, quick thank you to Justine Rubel, Dead Pooh, Allison Johnson, Chad the Squirrel, Loki Otison, and Jasmine Ripley for yet again continuing to be community members. So for this week we are battling again Obelisk Blue, except this time I believe he is running a Dark Sanctuary deck, which honestly does pretty well. I mean, there could be some minor improvements to his as well as my own. Dark Sanctuary is just an awesome card if you can't get rid of it, and ends up becoming a downfall sometimes as it causes you to damage yourself, much like you just saw right there. Let's see, he honestly should have won quicker this game, if I'm being honest, because he activates the death board, the Ouija board, spirit message, whatever you want to call it, and it didn't allow him to summon one of the other letters most of the time, so I have no real reason as to why he didn't win. This game goes on for quite a while, this particular duel. As you see, I worked out 2 Reflect Bounders, and I'm going to summon the Herz here. He uses Reckless Greed to draw 2 more. I get Chimera Tech, hoping that it will do more damage. However, in fact, it does. It does, but... And then his Battle Fader actually got summoned at the perfect time because it did flip tails, so I would have been able to do the full damage to him. He brings out Link Karibo, uses another Reckless Greed. I summon Nashter and bring out Cyber Dragon and Herz to fuse into Cyber End Dragon. However, Dark Sanctuary causes me to take that damage. Well, to be fair, it is only half, but still, half damage at 5,000, you know, is quite a bit, so nothing to scoff at. So I summon out Phoenix to try to get rid of Dark Sanctuary, which technically I do. However, he did have one more in hand, which is a pain because, as you know, he'll probably just summon it coming up. Yep, and there he goes. So Cyber Eltanen is in hand. It's not going to get used quite yet, but I am now down to less than 2,000 life while he is still at 5,800. Allure of Darkness gets used. Nothing great for him, I'm assuming. I think like right now all he needs is the letter H and he would win. Luckily for me, that does not happen. However, I'm now down to 350, so I'm not doing too good. Nashter used Evolution Burst to get rid of the second Dark Sanctuary. He should probably add a third one, to be honest. I think he was only running 2 at the time, because I've never seen a third one in any of the 3 matches. Spoiler, 3 matches are coming, well, 3 duels in the 1 match are coming up. So, see, again, he activated Destiny Board, but did not get to bring out the letter H. So he should have had this one won a while back. But, alright, Link Karibo comes back, you know, guys that protect him. Swords of Revealing Light is there. I know I misplay, I don't remember which duel it was. We'll see. It might be this one. I think I misclick. But, anyways, fusion deployment to get Cyber Dragon in order to fuse off into Chimera Tech again. And yeah, I do misplay in this particular duel. So I'm going to use Mystic Space. I should have used it on the stupid swords, but I accidentally clicked on the Destiny board that was face down, which I did not know that's what it was. So he's going to do a lot of shenanigans here to bring out a lot of cards. Allure of Darkness, Jar of Greed, and so many things. But Dark Necrofear is going to come out, which is actually a decent wall. Because even when it gets killed, it can come back, which is nice, you know, for the player. Not particularly for me, though. Jar of Greed, Destiny board gets brought into his hand. Dark Necrofear dies, but comes right back. So it's going to be a... and there it is, another Dark Sanctuary. I mean, it's the same one because they got shuffled back into the deck. But it's another one for me to try to get over, and I don't, because I lost. Because the stupid coin flipped as the heads. So anyways, duel number 2. I go first again. Did I go first last time? I don't remember. I'm assuming I did. Reflect Bounder is all I can do. He uses Pot of Duality, pulls out, I'm assuming, Allure, yep. Allure gets used, Battle Fader gets junked, Allure gets used, Necrofear gets junked, Terraforming to get Dark Sanctuary. I think he misplays this particular game and should have used the one trap, what is it? Like Sentence of something? Sentence of Doom, Sentence of Fate, I don't know. But if he had done that, he could have got Destiny board out on the field in order for him to start playing the letters. But anyways, so Duality, he gets his swords, however, I don't think he read it because the moment I draw into 5, it gets automatically destroyed. With that one, it's like if the player who owns it controls a monster, it gets destroyed. If the player you're against gets 5 cards or more, it gets destroyed. So, I mean, it has its weakness built in already, so I don't even necessarily have to destroy it. So, Nightmare Phoenix again destroys the Dark Sanctuary, and this allows me, I think, to instantly kill him. Yep. See? Nightmare Phoenix obviously was a good choice this week. So, thank you to Raw Yellow Mega Ultra Chicken for basically forcing me into finishing, well, not finishing, but maxing out my extra deck. There will be some future changes, probably. I mean, I don't actually know for sure if I'm going to change the extra deck anymore, but I'm assuming I will. And with Duel 3, of course, we're basically in a mini stall for the moment, with swords and his 4 additional cards he's getting. But yeah, all I have is Reflect Bounder and 2 Cyber Eltanens. Not the ideal monster hand combination, to be honest. I do want to add a 3rd machine duplication, because honestly, being able to get it that much quicker or much more likely in my opening hand would be great. But I already have the 5 cards chosen for week 7, and I really want to try them out. So I don't know if they'll be any good in this deck. I mean, they might be. I've never used those cards that I've added. So hopefully they're pretty good. Well, to be fair, I've used 2 of them, I think. I don't remember what the last 2 were, but the main 3 I'm talking about, I've never used, so. Anyway, Cyber Core gets me Cyber Repair Plant, gets chunked off into Almirage, Cyber Repair Plant then gets used. I believe to get Herz, because Herz ain't a bad option. And again, Dark Sanctuary is posing a problem. He absolutely has nothing on field except Dark Sanctuary, and it is screwing me over. So, Cyber Herz won't do anything this turn. Actually, will. It will die. But that's intended because I got my Reflect Founder to get through, and I said, screw it, might as well use it, double the attack, get his life down. I should have went into main phase 2 and then linked off instead of not, because then I could have had something at least on board, but happens. Naster, I should have used Cyber Dragon, but it's all fine. I get rid of his Dark Sanctuary again with Phoenix, and go for the win. Alright, on to match number 2 against Dead Pooh. Dead Pooh is using my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. I guess he wanted to try his hands at it, and honestly, his first board's pretty scary. Like, he gets Jet Dragon, Alternative White, Blue Eyes, Deep Eyes, and gets into Tyrant. And I make a slight misplay here. I was more worried about the Jet Dragon, in all honesty, but I should have left that on field instead of doing what I'm about to do here, and that's sucking it right up into my infinity. What I should have done was sucked up the Tyrant Dragon, because had Jet Dragon tried to use his effect to bounce infinity, I could have just negated and killed it. So I should have just left it as is, but I was again more focused and worried about the Jet Dragon for, whatever reason. However, Naster tries coming out, tries getting infinity, but he had an effect Valor in hand, so that gets negated. Core helps goes into Seeger. Seeger then runs over Alternative. Alternative dies, but brings Jet Dragon out, thanks to Jet Dragon's effect. Called by the Grave is there, and I'm assuming he'll just, get rid of my 1 infinity. Jet Dragon bounces back Seeger, which is crap. Not him doing it, but crap for me, because I would have liked to still have it. However, I do get, I believe, L-Tannen just to kill Jet Dragon there. And then Cyberload Fusion to get Twin Head. And by that I do mean Twin Dragon, which, just rolls them over this game. So, on to duel number 2 of match number 2. Same deck, of course, going still against Dead Pooh. Core comes out, goes into Salamangreat Almirage after I get Rev System. He tried to activate Piercing Darkness, I just destroy it with Mystical Space. Dictator of D, again, does his little quick shenanigans to get a bunch of stuff out. By bunch of stuff, I mean just enough to get Spirit Dragon. And a Jet Dragon. But Jet Dragon was at end returns, and that wasn't really too super scary. So I bring Herz out. He gets negated by Effect Valor again. Cyber L-Tannen comes out. And then just, I guess he was hoping Azure Eyes would get protected by its own effect. However, it was not. So then I go into Chimera Tech and just mow him over with Chimera Tech and Cyber Dragon. Next, we go against Le Shad, which I believe was Chad the Squirrel. I just, again, do my normal Reflect Bounder crap, because my hand wasn't great. However, he is playing Galaxy Eyes, which is more bricky than any house made out of bricks, to be honest. Which, maybe it was his first time trying it. Maybe he just didn't have an a good build, however, or maybe he just had bad luck in hands. And people thought Blue Eyes was bricky. Whew. However, he did have Quaking Mirror Force, which did force my first Reflect Bounder down in defense position. He should have killed my second one, and then left that one face down. Naster obviously does the whole Cyber Dragon into Seeger. Rev System to bring back Cyber Dragon just to kill off all his stuff and form Chimera Tech, thanks to Clockwork Knight. And Limiter Removal just instantly ends that match. So, duel number 2 in the final match. Naster with Dry to go into Nova, Infinity, and 1 Clockwork down to power him up. Orbital plus Vanquisher. Vanquisher does nothing thanks to Infinity. Infinity will then destroy it. And Orbital just has 0 attack, so I might as well just use him as material, right? And then, you know, just poke at him a little bit with Infinity. Silent Graveyard does nothing. I think he was just trying to empty out some of his hand because it was just loaded down with bricks. Core gets me, I believe, Plant. Plant then pulls out Cyberload Fuse. No, Cyberload Dragon? Cyber Dragon? I don't remember. However, it's enough damage on board to wipe him out in turn 5. So here's the deck again, and you know, honestly, this week I thought was going to go a lot worse, especially after that first loss to Obelisk Blue. However, the last 2 duels in that match showed that I would have won anyways. However, I still think he should have won earlier in that first duel. I don't know why he wasn't allowed to bring out his other spirit letters. However, I do also want to say thank you for using Dark Sanctuary, as it was a lot better than his Exodia deck. And alright guys, see you in week 7!